it is important for all of us who believe in the Constitution and the rule of law, who believe that draconian laws have no place in a constitutional democracy, that we come together to oppose the UAPA. We come together to demand the release of the people in the Bhima Koregaon case. And we also come together to raise larger issues of constitutional democracy.
हम सभी विपक्षों को चिंता करने की आवश्यकता है कि आज इस शासन से जो इस देश की ताकत को कमजोर कर रहा है, देश के नौजवानों के भविष्य के साथ खिलवाड़ कर रहा है, देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को गर्त में ले जा रहा है, देश के किसानों को आने वाला समय में बंधुआ मजदूर बनाने का प्रयास हो रहा है, इससे बचाया जाए। लेकिन जब देश में अराजकता होती है, देश के अंदर कहीं हिटलरशाही होती है, तो उसमें विपक्ष को एक साथ खड़े होने में कोई संकोच नहीं होना चाहिए, चाहे वो किसी भी तल से आते हो। समाज सेवी भी अपने तरीके से आवाज जगह जगह पर बुलंद कर रहे हैं। मुझे लगता है इस कुव्यवस्था से निकलने के लिए इसे हमें पुरजोर जवाब देने की आवश्यकता है। आज स्टैन स्वामी की बात है, कल आपकी बात, आपकी बारी आएगी, हमारी बारी आएगी, कल आपके राज्य की बारी आएगी। आज इस देश को बचाना और देशवासियों के प्रति और देशवासियों के ऊपर हो रहे अत्याचार की आवाज को बुलंद करना हम सबकी जिम्मेवारी है। आप लोग तय करें आज इस कुशासन से देश को हम कैसे छुटकारा दिला पाएं। इसके लिए हर घड़ी हर समय हम आप लोगों के साथ हैं। आज इस देश को बचाना और देशवासियों के प्रति और देशवासियों के ऊपर हो रहे अत्याचार की आवाज को बुलंद करना हम सबकी जिम्मेवारी है। आप लोग तय करें आज इस कुशासन से देश को हम कैसे छुटकारा दिला पाएं। इसके लिए हर घड़ी हर समय हम आप लोगों के साथ हैं। आज निश्चित रूप से हमें स्टैन स्वामी को सकुशल घर वापस करने की मांग रखनी चाहिए और आज इस तरीके के घटनाएं ना घटे, ये कैसे सुनिश्चित हो, ये भी तय होना चाहिए। विधानसभा से लेकर लोकसभा तक से लेकर राज्यसभा तक हमारे चुने हुए जनप्रतिनिधि अपनी अपनी जगह पर आज इस विषय को जरूर फ्लैग करें, रखें। आज पूरी व्यवस्था को ये अपने पैरों तले रौंदने की तैयारी कर रहे हैं। इसलिए PUCL के द्वारा जो ये कार्यक्रम आयोजित की गई है, जहाँ तक मुझे जानकारी है, ये जयप्रकाश नारायण जी के समय से ये संस्था लगातार देश हित में, लोकतंत्र बचाव के पक्ष में काम कर रही है। हम आभार प्रकट करते हैं कि आज हम सब जुटे और निश्चित रूप से लोकतांत्रिक लड़ाई के लिए हम सबको आने वाला समय में भी इकट्ठा होने की आवश्यकता है।
The need of the hour is convert negative energies into positive, as Stan was trying, and this press conference is in the same line, and therefore I congratulate the organizers. But we are not disheartened. There are national laws and policies, also international bodies with us for the cause of Stan and others. Stan and others are not alone, we are with them. We stand with Stan and others. And we are hopeful that things will change. This is the hope with which Stan and others worked. If they had believed that things would not change, they would not have continued working relentlessly. I am convinced that truth will prevail at the end.
One of the oldest activists in this country, who's 83 years old, Stan Swami, who's been arrested and there are in the Bhima Koregan case, and he has categorically said that he's not even been to that place and he's never been part of it. And we see that a lot of false implications have been piled on the peers, 16 people who've been arrested in connection with this case. And it is actually being used to silence voices which, have taken a different stand and who believe in the secularism and democracy of this country. So I think this is a point where we have to make a very, the political parties and civil society and the people of this country have to make a very important decision whether we are going to take this, accept this silently, or are we going to say enough and stand up and fight against this. Because if we let this continue, if we let voices to be silenced and subdued, in using law, and the government has different institutions to suppress these voices. And if we are going to accept this, and if silence is going to be our answer, I think in a few years' time, we will not see what we have come to understand and believe as what India is, and there will not be any respect for the democracy and the democratic fabric of this country. So if we have to save that, if we have to regain what we've lost, I think this is the time to stand up together, keep aside, put aside all our differences and come together and fight against these draconian laws which suppress us. And these laws have to be repealed. We have to fight against that.
What we are seeing is the undermining of the constitution and the constitutional authorities, right from the parliament, the judiciary, the election commission, using the CBI and the ED as the political adjuncts of the government. Now, all these is undermining this constitution in every sphere. So this is a much larger struggle to safeguard the Indian constitution, safeguard a secular democratic republic. And for that, all of us need to come together. And that is my appeal. Remember the ancient wisdom that has filtered down ages to our generation. For the evil to succeed, the good only needs to be silent. We cannot remain silent today. And I think this is an issue for which the PUCL was born. And at the time when it was born, with Justice Tarkunde and all the others that were involved, my party has been actively associated with it. We continue to remain so. And I think this is a joint battle for all of us to come together to seek the repeal of these laws.
आज हम जिस तरह से फादर स्टेन स्वामी की गिरफ्तारी का निंदा कर रहे हैं, और उसके साथ हम ये भी कहना चाहेंगे कि आज जिस तरह से 2014 के बाद से लगातार पूरे हम लोग संविधान बचाने के लिए पूरे देश के लोग एक साथ एक मंच में आके हम लोग संघर्ष कर रहे हैं। आज जिस तरह से हम जो सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता हैं, बुद्धिजीवी हैं, पत्रकार हैं, और हम संविधान की रक्षा की बात करते हैं, लोकतंत्र की रक्षा की बात करते हैं, उनको किस तरह से शिकंजे में कसने के लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने, मोदी सरकार ने जिस तरह से 1967 का जो यूपीए कानून था उसमें अमेंडमेंट करके 2019 में जिस काला कानून को इस देश में थोपने का काम किया है, आज वो पूरी तरह से हमें शिकंजे में जकड़ने की कोशिश कर रहा है। हम उसका विरोध करते हैं, और विरोध केवल नहीं करते हैं, हम लोग पूरी तरह से पूरे देश की जनता को एकजुट होके हम लोग केंद्र की सरकार से हम लोग पूरी तरह से आंदोलन को इतना तेज करें कि ये कानून हर हालत में ये वापस लिया जाए। और जब तक वापस नहीं लिया जाएगा, आने वाले दिन में, आज तो 16 लोगों की गिरफ्तारी हुई है, और इस कानून की ये इतना काला कानून है कि जिसको भी चाहता है, जिसको भी जो सरकार, केंद्र सरकार के जो गलत नीतियों के खिलाफ में अगर वो बोलता है, लिखता है, पढ़ता देखता है तो उनको आतंकवादी घोषित करता है, चाहे वो प्रूफ हो या ना प्रूफ हो, लेकिन उसको आतंकवादी घोषित करने का काम करता है। तो ये कानून को के खिलाफ में हम लोग को एक मंच में, पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को, सामाजिक संगठन को, लेखकों को, सबको को एक मंच में आना होगा और हर हालात में इस काला कानून को रद्द करने की हम लोग मांग करते हैं। और जब तक ये रद्द नहीं होगा हम लोग अपना संघर्ष जारी रखेंगे।
And here we all should put our heads together. We all should come together. We all should move together. We, the political parties, we are willing to cooperate and work along with civil societies, and civil societies also must have a clear-cut agenda, and we should move together because otherwise the country cannot be saved.
This case is like a black day for Indian democracy, and we must all stand together and fight for the cause and make sure each one of them, because I know they're all innocent. We all know they're innocent. This is a dirty political vendetta, and whatever it takes, we are with you. Mr. Pawar has always supported this cause, and we will do whatever we can help to make sure these people who are the great sons of the soil of India deserve freedom. And you know, people talk that in the 70s there was an emergency. This is an unannounced. It's almost like being in an emergency. It just, except it's not called an emergency. So it's a very unfortunate and challenging times. We must raise our voices, and we will not leave this business unfinished. We must take it to its logical end and make sure that these people all get freedom. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, with Father Stan Swami, we spoke to the Honorable Home Minister of Maharashtra. We're taking his advice, we're taking Mr. Pawar's advice to make sure that democracy and secularism stays and lives and flourishes in our country. Thank you.
आज इतने लोग साथ आए हैं उनका रिलीज का डिमांड करने के लिए और इन कानूनों को रिपील करने का डिमांड करने के लिए. I think it's a very significant and a very important fact that not only so many people have come together, but also so many representatives of political parties, because it is only through the political parties that ultimately these laws can be repealed. And unfortunately, in the past, political parties have often been quite hesitant to speak out on so-called national security issues, but now we are seeing for the first time perhaps such a broad political opposition building against a law like the UAPA. I think, of course, some political leaders, including those who have addressed us today, have a long outstanding records of speaking out against these laws, but I don't think the opposition has been very broad-based so far. But now, for the first time, perhaps, there is a prospect of building a broad-based opposition to these laws, because many of the political parties can see that they themselves are becoming the targets of these laws and are exposed to the kind of treatment that has been reserved by and large so far for marginalized communities and powerless people. So I think the most important thing to do beyond this meeting and this press conference is to try to consolidate the opposition to UAPA and related laws among the political parties, try to go beyond few political leaders, build a much larger constituency, and maybe even place on record a united commitment to the repeal of these laws. This is not going to happen under the BJP government, but I think if we have a pre-commitment from the opposition parties that if we come back to power, we will repeal the UAP, I think there's a possibility that one day it will happen. So I think this is an opportunity that we have now that has to be seized with all the energy possible. And finally, I will just say that it is not just a matter of the political parties, it is also a matter of rebuilding, ultimately, commitment to democracy in the society at large, because I think what is making all this possible is a lack of real commitment to democracy, especially among the privileged sections of Indian society. So ultimately, that is what we have to try to deal with as well, rebuilding a real spirit of democracy, because otherwise, whatever the laws are, even without the UAPA, the government will find ways of suppressing dissent and intensifying the wave of authoritarianism that we are seeing today.
There's also a question from Mr. Aloy. This is specifically addressed to Mr. Yechuri, Mr. Raja, and Mr. Animoji. What are the chances of liberal democratic forces and political parties coming together? And which political parties will take the lead? And can a movement like that of JP movement during the emergency actually now emerge?
In the recent past, we have been taking up common issues and we have been launching common campaigns. That is what the country is witnessing. It is not now a particular party X or Y to take the lead. It can be a collective lead, collective understanding, and collective campaigns, because we have been doing such a thing. We keep talking to each other. Collectively, we come to some understanding. On the common understanding, we launch some campaigns, but the situation is becoming very grave. So the situation demands all secular democratic forces must come together and must work together, must take up the issues which are being confronted by our people, particularly the poor and marginalized people, and see what we can do. This understanding is there. This understanding is there. How we can come together and how we can move together, it is under discussion at some level. Let us see.
I mean, the point is that we are trying for it. It doesn't happen automatically. It cannot happen automatically. It never happened even that time automatically. Now the realization is coming. I mean, we have been one of the earliest to talk of a larger unity on these issues of democratic rights, civil liberties, etc. More and more political parties are coming together on this. Even during the pandemic and the lockdown situation, 22 political parties met virtually, and another round is being planned. And that, unfortunately, because some of the leaders have also been infected by the virus, so therefore things are getting a little delayed. So, but that is on the agenda. I mean, that is the agenda today. And you've seen the Mahagathbandhan workout in Bihar. I mean, something that, I mean, it's happened for a long, long time that all the left parties together, along with the Congress and the RJD, coming together on the ground. So this is a process that is proceeding forward. I mean, yes, I mean, even I personally would want it to happen faster, but then we are working towards it, and it will happen, because it's after all, like I said earlier, this is a existential crisis for a secular democratic India under the present constitution.